Hello and welcome back to our channel, where today we'll be reviewing the TWA Hotel here at New York's John F. Kennedy International Airport, guiding you through the layout, design, amenities, food and drink, and rooms. Designed by architect Eero Saarinen, the TWA Hotel was actually the former terminal for Trans World Airlines here at New York JFK. Pulling up to the hotel, the design actually looks very stunning and perhaps a little futuristic. The front desks are actually very cool and designed in a way that's meant to mimic the airline check-in counters thanks to the airline logo on the back wall, as well as the massive row of counters. I'm absolutely a huge fan of the 1950s retro-style departures board that features split flaps and can be found in the main hall. Right behind the check-in area is some comfortable seating decked out in the signature red and white TWA colors. There are also images of famous people from the 1950s and 1960s who have flown the airline. With the check-in counters being found to the left upon entry, you'll find the food hall to the right, which I'm not really a big fan of. With several scattered tables and a very uninspiring selection, this felt a lot more like a museum cafeteria. Here, it smelled kind of off, and I wasn't really a big fan of the ambiance. Overall, I just try not to eat here altogether. But anyways, making your way past the entrance area, you'll come across the focal point of the TWA Hotel, which is the Sunken Lounge. It offers some comfortable seating options and an incredible throwback to airport terminal design during the golden age of flying. To the right of Sunken Lounge is a really cool TWA souvenir shop where you'll find shirts and all sorts of accessories. But if you make your way along the corridor found to the left, you'll come across several information on how the Connie or Lockheed Constellation aircraft was brought along the streets of New York City to JFK Airport. Eventually, you'll come across a door that leads you outside and takes you onto a patio that almost feels like the aircraft tarmac. This effect is done by there being multiple headlights and markers to direct the aircraft. You'll find a TWA branded luggage truck and an actual Connie airplane that once flew for TWA. It's just really cool to get an actual taste of what aviation was like before, and the best part is that you're allowed to go inside Connie as it's been converted into a bar and lounge. Inside, you'll even find an old-style cockpit, which is absolutely a nice touch. The main lounge seating, however, that's of course TWA branded, can be found to the right, and at the back of the airplane, you'll find a mini bar area that I was personally not the most impressed with. Visiting Connie is more so for the experience and less actually about the food and drink you'll be provided with. But anyways, at the bar, the only non-alcoholic drink available was Coke, and they didn't even have the best snack selection I could come across. And in terms of other amenities, the property features a gym, rooftop pool, and bar. During my visit, the pool was temporarily closed and drained of water. Despite this, I still saw many people outside relaxing in the poolside chairs. This is certainly the place to come and enjoy the views of JetBlue's Terminal 5 and Delta's Terminal 4. The full-service bar area is also quite stunning, featuring high-top stools and various TWA advertisements. And now, let's talk about the rooms here at the TWA Hotel. Here, there are 512 rooms, which are all on the smaller side. Upon entering the room, you'll find a coat hanger to the right, complete with a mini bar, and I wasn't really a big fan of this as there were no actual drinks in the fridge provided. To the left, though, was the shower room, which felt quite bland, and the only notable feature here in the bathroom was the retro-style mirror. There was only one sink, and it was actually not that big. There were 2 twin-sized beds in this standard room, which were backed by 3 TWA advertisements. The one nightstand was very small as well, and in front of both beds was the TV screen and desk, which featured a retro-style phone. After relaxing in the room for a bit, I made my way back out to the main hotel area and decided to have dinner at Paris Cafe by Chef John Georges. There's plenty of seating by the bar, as well as actual dining tables, both of which adopt a cream and white color palette. The food here was actually really good, and you gotta try Paris Cafe if you ever find yourself at the hotel. Now, let's talk about booking a stay at the TWA Hotel, which typically ranges from $300 to $500 if you're looking to stay overnight. Even the most basic rooms are still pretty expensive for the standards of an airport hotel, costing upwards of $350 a night. It's also possible to book a day trip or stay without having to stay overnight and still explore the hotel and see all of the amenities it has to offer. These are usually a bit cheaper, starting at $150 for 4 hours and can go up until half the day. The longer the day trip or stay is, the more expensive it'll be. Sometimes they can cost upwards of $210. In certain cases, it would actually be ideal to spend the night at the TWA Hotel, especially if you have a morning flight, since the property is connected directly to JetBlue's Terminal 5. If you have a morning JetBlue flight departing Terminal 5 out of JFK, then this is certainly a solid place to come and spend the night. The AirTrain is directly connected to the TWA Hotel, meaning it's possible to get to other terminals such as Delta's Terminal 4 or American Airlines Terminal 8. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and please don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and follow us on Instagram, which I've linked in the description below. Bye everyone, and I'll see you in another video soon.